Hello, this is Attorney Brian Pendergraft, and this is another episode of the Ask a Real Estate Attorney vlog. So today's question was asked by Keisha Latrice. So she asked, is evicting a family member with an oral lease agreement, is that the same thing as evicting a squatter? And I said for the short answer, I said probably not. But for the long answer, I said I would record a vlog. So that's why I'm doing this right now. But I kind of take my short answer back, because the more that I think about it, the more that I think a better answer is that whether or not the person is a family member is actually entirely irrelevant. Like, the law doesn't care if the person is a family member or not. They just care whether or not the person is a tenant or whether or not the person is a squatter. So, and a family member can be both a tenant or a squatter. So whether they're a family member or not is, again, entirely irrelevant. So let's just take whether they're a family member or not off the table. So, so the better question is, how do you evict a tenant versus how do you evict a squatter? And how do you tell whether a person, family member or not, whether or not they are a tenant or whether or not they are a squatter? Difference between but let's just stick with family members to stay on point. So let's just say I have a sister that I let stay on my property. Sister, let's say she does not have an oral lease agreement. I mean, she does not have a written lease agreement. She only has an oral lease agreement, but she pays rent. So she pays rent. So even if there's an oral lease agreement, she's probably still be treated as someone who had a written lease agreement. So the way for me to evict her would be to file for failure to pay rent. That's how you evict I guess tenants is how you usually think of them. These are people with lease agreements. Versus if I had to evict someone that is let's say I let a friend stay at my house who, and then I tell them to leave and then doesn't leave, or I let my sister stay at my house and then I just tell her to leave and she doesn't leave, but she does not pay rent, or in which case she does not pay rent, then she has to go. Well, when I tell her to leave, at that point, she's a squatter. She stays after I ask her to leave, and if she's not paying rent. So I guess the main differentiator here is what cause of action you need to file in order to evict somebody. And again, if these people are if they're rent payers, then chances are you have to file for failure to pay rent, or a whatever your jurisdiction's equivalent may call it. I don't know, summary ejectment, whatever they call it. Anyway, so failure to pay rent versus if someone is a squatter, failure to pay rent is not the cause of action. You have to file a cause of action to evict or I should say squatter or non-rent payer. If someone is a non-rent payer or has never, and by that I mean someone who has never paid rent, because the moment someone pays rent, even if they pay rent once, there's a strong argument they're a tenant now. But if they have never paid rent at all, then they are probably, if they have never paid rent at all, then they are probably squatter. In which case the way to evict them would be for a wrongful detainer action. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think I've been rambling for almost 4 minutes now, so I'm about to sign off. Hopefully you understand it, and hopefully I did a good job. And I'm not going to cut this or clean it up or make it look any better. That's the whole point. I'm giving you raw facts so you can kind of see the mind of a lawyer and how we think. So you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, just give me a thumbs up anyway. Peace out.